Hello, my fabulous book friends. I hope you're having a great day. My name's Maria. Welcome back to my channel. And today I wanted to talk about my most hated book of 2020. I didn't think that a different book would top it, but the one I'm going to talk about topped it. So the book that I'm talking to you all about is this one, The Lies You Told by Harriet Tyce. I have a lot of issues with this one, so let's just get right into it. So I really disliked the K-Team by David Rosenthal. So yeah, that's the book that I didn't think would be topped, but this one topped it. First off, thank you, Grand Central Publishing, for sending me this book. I'm sure you have seen it everywhere, especially if you're on Bookstagram. There are a ton of giveaways happening for this book, so if you've won one, congratulations. I genuinely hope that you love this book more than I did. So this book is about Sadie Roper, who has recently moved into her childhood home. It's just her and her daughter. Her mother has died, and there's some really weird condition that the daughter must go to the same school that Sadie went to in order to kind of like keep the inheritance or something weird like that. So of course she's a single mom now, so she needs to support her kid and the hefty bills that come with this private school. So she's trying to get back into her own career as a barrister, I believe. But in the meantime, school is going really horrible for her kid. There's a ton of psycho moms there, and it's a very competitive lifestyle, or school, I guess, school area that these people are in, so things do get crazy. This book really did start off good for me. Like, I was interested, I wanted to know what happened, but like probably about midway through I just hate reading this book. Sorry, but like that's just what I think. I could not stand it, and here is why. Actually, before I get started into why I hated this book, or I should say greatly disliked this book, there are a few content warnings that I wanted to read out to you, and I'm just like reading my review from my iPad. So yeah, child abuse, child endangerment, kidnapping, murder of a child, pedophilia, workplace harassment, and bullying. So yeah, if any of those are triggers for you, definitely don't read this book, and definitely just sign off and watch another book review, probably a positive one. So like I said, Grand Central Publishing sent this to me in exchange for an honest review, and my review is very honest, I'm not gonna lie. So the first issue I had with this book is a print issue. I spent probably about, I gave up thinking what I was thinking at about 170 pages, but on the jacket, we are told that there's somebody named Liza who is the queen of the school moms. So this whole time I was like basically up to page 170. I was like, who's Liza? Because there was somebody named Julia in the book who was like the queen bee of the school moms. And I'm like, okay, maybe Julia has some like super secret like twin sister with the kid at the school and that we don't know about. But no, it's Julia. So something happened between the cover being printed and then the book being printed, or I don't know, because I do work in publishing, so usually from my knowledge, the dust jacket gets printed first, and then like soon after, like you'll send the files of the book to print. So I don't know if it was just a very late change and like they had already printed the dust jackets, or there were a ton of changes and somebody forgot to tell the design team about there was a huge name change. So that's where I got like really turned off. Again, 170 pages in, so I didn't like it. So yeah, it was very confusing. I mean, like I kind of had a feeling, but I'm like, well, maybe like there's no way that this could be a mistake. Like maybe there's just somebody that we don't know about. But yeah, so if you do have a copy of this book and you see Liza on your description, it's not Liza, it's Julia. And the only reason I gave up on it was because I went and I looked at the Goodreads description, and the Goodreads description has Julia instead of Liza. So yeah, something happened and I don't know what to tell you. So just be wary. I don't know how many copies were for the initial print run. I'm assuming they all have this mistake, or they just pulped them and replace them. I don't know, but anyways, just if you see Liza, don't believe it. Another thing about the description, oh my god, I was about to say Julia. Sadie. Sadie she does get back into the workforce. Like a friend calls in a favor. So she's supposed to be working on this high profile scandalous case. And like, yeah, it was a big issue, but at the same time, it barely crossed into her personal life. Like, if it was like, and she's told the other moms the case that she was working on, and it was kind of mentioned in passing, like, oh, I think I heard about that case. How awful, kind of thing. So I don't get how this was just like a high profile case. To me, that means like a ton of media coverage. Everybody wants to know what's going on. And yeah, so I don't know why it was framed that way when it barely, like, her work life and her personal life with her kid were like literally two different storylines that just didn't connect at all. So there was that disconnect for the story, for me at least. The moms also had a huge part in me not liking the book. Like, at first it was fun, like the whole private school culture and PTA mom types, but like over the top, like my kid does this, my kid does that. And then all the passive aggressive issues that happened when like Sadie was first there and then just trying not to be part of everything. So there was that. I mean, yeah, like I said, it was fun to begin with, but then it got really over the top, like this cannot be happening in real life. Like, it was ridiculous. Another thing that had me questioning was, this is no spoilers by the way, but like I'm just like talking about it very generally. Sadie went to work again for her high profile case, and there was a very dangerous situation in her personal life happening. And why would you go to work? I mean, I just, like, again, completely unrealistic. Like, there's no way that it happens in real life. Like, you don't go to work in a situation like that just for normalcy. Like, it was just weird. So, like I said before with my content warnings, there is pedophilia, and the pedophilia is basically part of the whole like high profile case. And I think that was too important of an issue to be kind of like wrapped into one book with a different issue that was presented, if you know what I mean. Like, write a book either about your high profile pedophilia case, or you write your book about child endangerment or, you know, missing children and the pressure and anxiety that kids go through to, you know, for test scores or stuff like that. Like, those are two completely unrelated issues, two completely different problems that happen in society. So to put them together and then to not have them really correlate, like, the only way that these two issues were in this book together was because Sadie was the, you know, was the interloper. Like, that was her job, her case that she was working on, and then this was her personal life. Like, it was just very disjointed. I didn't get it. And then just, yeah, like I said, I was hate reading it by the end because I just needed to know what happened. And even then, like, at that point, it was just, I kind of guessed it. And I'm not a guesser at all. Like, I never guess what happens in a book. So, like, I think, like, I have this alter ego. If I was living in the States, I'd be an FBI agent. Like, no, that's not going to happen because I can't even guess, you know, what's in a mystery book half the time. So for me to guess the ending, it's just, no. Like, that's a big no for me. Like, I like to be surprised, and this didn't really surprise me. Charlie is looking at me weird, like I'm talking to myself, which I guess I kind of am, but rude. So yeah, basically, I didn't like this book. I think I would have been able to live with the whole like other issues. So like the wrong name on the dust jacket, or, you know, the moms being so ridiculous and unrealistic in the name of like school. But the whole problem, that's my biggest problem with this book, was just that two huge issues in society fighting for, you know, competing against each other for like more page time, or, you know, like, this is what you need to pay attention to now, this is what you need to pay attention to. Like, it's just, it was too much back and forth and it didn't work out well. So I don't know, I have never read her other book, Blood Orange. I've never heard of it. So if you've read that and liked it, maybe you'll like this book. I have no idea what Blood Orange is about, so maybe don't quote me on that. Yeah, so yeah, worst book of 2020. And I generally like most of the books I read. Like, there has not been one book. I think, when did I read A Simple Favor by Darcy Bell? I think I read that back in like 2017 or 2018, maybe 2019. I can't remember, but that book I had very strong feelings about. And again, like, I didn't like that book. But this one, I think, I think this book tops that. So yeah, so there's my review for you. All right, so this is actually my first book review. I didn't want it to be a negative one, but I did poll my Instagram followers and they wanted to see this, so there you guys go. I did it for you. Let me know in the comments below if you've read The Lies You Told by Harriet Tyce. I have to read the title because I can't remember it. I think if you can avoid this book, avoid it. I mean, I never want to tell somebody not to read a book. If you like psychological thrillers, if you like the whole kind of school setting, go for it. You will probably like this more than I did. I know it gets a lot of good reviews on Goodreads. Like, I think currently there's like 12 one-star reviews on Goodreads, and I'm the only one I'm the only one who has written an actual review, like, with all those one-star reviews. Nobody wrote anything, so oops. Yeah, so actually, I want to know, what's the last book you didn't like and why? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I explained my thoughts well. I will probably look at myself in embarrassment when I'm editing this, but it's gonna be okay. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.